What are shapes? The external form, contours, or outline of someone or something. But in Australia, shapes are most commonly known as these delicious boxes of flavoured biscuits. But are they all delicious? The answer is no, they are most definitely not. And I am here to tell you why. Ranking and reviewing the flavours from my personal list of worstest to bestest. And I'm only doing the 7 OG flavours here, guys. None of that fucking new bullshit that came out in the last couple of years. Coming in at last place on the list is this flavour right here, savoury. And I suppose I can start talking about this flavour by asking you a question. And that question is, do you have taste buds? Because if you don't, this flavour's probably for you. I might as well just get the box itself, cut the same shapes out of the fucking cardboard, and eat that. Because that's the same satisfaction and flavour that I will get from eating the actual savoury shapes themselves. There is a special place in everyone's cupboard for savoury shapes, and that place is the fucking bin. I came home from work earlier today and cracked myself open a box of cheddar shapes. And let me tell you, they were absolutely bland as fuck. 6th place on my list is cheddar. Now don't get me wrong, cheddar certainly ain't too bad. But when you put it up next to other cheese flavoured biscuits or chips, it's just not on the same scale. But these rectangular mediocre cheese shits I do find go quite well with dip. But make sure you don't put too much on. Wouldn't want to bloody overpower the biscuit, you know? Cheers and beer can. Bacon. Yes, that's right, cheese and bacon come in at number 5. I don't actually have a lot to say about cheese and bacon shapes. They're definitely a step up from cheddar and savoury, but I don't know how much they actually taste like cheese and bacon. They more taste like they've been through a barbecue smoker. Speaking of which, do people ever actually put cheese onto bacon by itself? What guarantee have you got that it's gonna taste good if it's not something that you would put together normally? The same goes for other flavours of biscuits and chips, like cheese and chives for example. Or cheese and onion. Number 4. Chicken crimpy. Now on the front of every box of shapes it says flavour you can see. Funnily enough, chicken crimpy is the only shape's flavour where you can't actually see the flavour. But I can assure you there is flavour. I also wondered to myself, what the fuck is a crimpy? So I looked it up and it says having small folds or waves, which would explain the waves on the outside of the biscuit. But then I found these milk coffee biscuits also made by Arnott's with the same waves around the outside. So wouldn't that make these biscuits milk coffee crimpy? Hey Mum, what's for dinner?
Nachos with fucking cheese.
This is a fucking tomato, not nachos with cheese. Why does nacho cheese taste like a tomato? Slamming down into 3rd place is nacho cheese. Nacho cheese do have a lot of flavouring on them, I must admit. And they're a tasty biscuit, that's why they landed in 3rd place. But why call it nacho cheese when it clearly doesn't taste anything like a nacho cheese? Why not just call it tomato? You see, back in 2016, Arnott's decided that they were going to change the recipe of how they made all their shapes, which was quickly followed by huge backlash from the public after they discovered that all their shapes flavours now tasted like poo. So they promptly changed all their flavours recipes back to the way they were. All except for nacho cheese. Why didn't they change nacho cheese back? Fuck knows. Because it used to actually sort of taste like nacho cheese. Now it just tastes like tomato. Hey man, you coming over for that barbecue later? Did someone say barbecue? Number 2 is a barbecue. And no, they are not shit. The only shapes flavour with the tiniest weeny bit of what you could probably call spice. A fan favourite of many Australians. But once again, with the silly fucking name. What the fuck does barbecue even mean? If I walked up to you in the street and asked you to describe the flavour barbecue with no reference to shapes whatsoever, what the fuck would you say? It would be like me asking you to describe the colour red. Which is impossible, because it's just red. So does barbecue taste like a summer fry-up with fucking snaggers and trims on the barbie? Or does it taste like a literal fucking barbecue? Leaving only one shape's flavour to take out my number 1 spot. Nah. Okay. Pizza are the absolute reigning champions in my eyes, with the best texture, and the flavours just fucking... One shape soon turns to 2, and 2 turns into a whole handful, which soon turns to nothing as I proceed to stuff my face with the entire box in under 10 minutes. Now I have some friends out there that believe that pizza is the shape that belongs in the bin, and I have something to say to those friends. Fuck you. Do you agree with my list? Let's be honest. You probably don't, but I hope there's something that we can all agree on. That this flavour is disgusting!